$300,000. 738 horsepower. Bulletproof glass. These are not concept cars. These are production SUVs you can buy right now. 10 of the biggest, most insane machines on 4 wheels ranked. SUV 10 Lexus LX700h. The 2025 Lexus LX700h is the first hybrid LX ever built. A twin-turbo V6 paired with an electric motor produces 457 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque through a 10-speed and full-time 4-wheel drive. Independent testing recorded 0 to 60 in 6.2 seconds. The Overtrail specification adds locking differentials, all-terrain tires, skid plates, and low-speed crawl control with waterproofed hybrid components. Inside, massaging front seats, available rear captain's chairs with ottoman extensions, dual screens, and adaptive damping that absorbs rough terrain without numbing the steering complete the package. Pricing runs from approximately $114,000 to $141,950 before options. SUV 9 Lincoln Navigator. The 5th generation Lincoln Navigator runs a 3.5-litre twin-turbo V6 producing 440 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 lands around 5.3 seconds with a maximum tow rating of 8,700 pounds when properly equipped. The new split tailgate operates independently as a bench or table through the Cargo Tailgate Manager, useful at campsites and stadium lots alike. A 48-inch panoramic display spans pillar-to-pillar integrating instruments, infotainment, and a passenger zone into a single continuous surface. Second row captain's chairs add available massage. Third row receives heat on select trims. Cargo space reaches 120 1.6 cubic feet in the long wheelbase L with seating for 8. Pricing runs from approximately $99,995 to $116,495 for Black Label. SUV 8 Infiniti QX80. The 2025 Infiniti QX80 arrives with a new twin-turbo V6 producing 450 horsepower and 560 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 runs between 6.1 and 6.8 seconds with a tow rating of 8,500 pounds. Dual 14.3-inch displays run Google built-in alongside a 9-inch climate control screen. A 24-speaker audio system with roof-mounted speakers and a tri-power subwoofer fills the cabin. Second-row passengers get available massage plus a biometric infrared sensor that automatically directs cool air toward any overheating occupant. Pricing spans $82,450 to $113,000 fully loaded. SUV 7 GMC Yukon Denali. The 2025 GMC Yukon Denali runs GM's 6.2-litre V8 producing 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque through a 10-speed. Instrumented tests record 5.9 seconds to 60. Tow rating reaches 8,400 pounds with rear-wheel drive. A vertically oriented 16.8-inch center screen with Google built-in, optional night vision, and available 24-inch wheels define the update. Independent rear suspension and adaptive damping keep the big GMC composed over broken pavement. Denali trim delivers second-row executive seating with heated ventilated captain's chairs featuring massage and Bose headrest speakers tied to a 22-speaker system. Pricing runs from $70,495 through the Denali Ultimate, starting around $103,000 before options. SUV 6 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. The 2025 Jeep Grand Wagoneer runs the Hurricane Twin-Turbo 540 Inline 6, delivering 540 horsepower and 520 1-pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 in 5.9 seconds with a best in-class tow rating of 9,800 pounds. Air suspension manages load leveling, and the long wheelbase keeps composure at highway speed. Up to 75 inches of total screen real estate includes a dedicated 10.2 5-inch passenger interactive display for independent navigation and entertainment control. The available Macintosh MX 1375 system delivers 23 speakers and 1,375 watts through a 12-inch subwoofer tuned specifically for this cabin. Pricing starts at $84,945 and climbs past $110,000 for Series 3 Obsidian builds. SUV5 Cadillac Escalade V. The 2025 Cadillac Escalade V runs the 6.2-litre supercharged V8 at 682 horsepower and 653 pound-feet through a 10-speed driving all four wheels. Instrumented testing records 4.3 seconds to 60, the quickest figure of any three-row production SUV currently available. Magnetic ride control 4.0, air ride adaptive suspension, an electronic limited slip differential, and Brembo front brakes clamping 16.1-inch rotors manage the performance cleanly. Tow rating reaches 7,200 pounds. A curved pillar-to-pillar 55-inch display integrates cluster and infotainment. Available AKG studio reference audio scales to 36 speakers. V mode lets drivers tailor damping, steering, and power delivery on demand. Pricing opens around $161,990, with option builds landing between $174,000 and $185,000. SUV4 BMW X7. The 2025 BMW X7 offers three powertrains. The xDrive 40i produces 375 horsepower. The M60i delivers 523 horsepower with 48-volt mild hybrid assistance. The Alpina XB7 reaches approximately 631 horsepower with instrumented testing recording 3.9 to 4.2 seconds to 60. Rear axle steering, active air springs with predictive road scanning, and long wheelbase geometry keep the big BMW settled at pace. Towing is rated to 7,500 pounds. A 14.9-inch display runs BMW Operating System 8.5 with Google built in. New Highway Assistant supports attentive hands, free cruising with glance-activated lane changes. 7-seat bench or 6-seat captain's chair configurations both available. Pricing runs from the low 80s to around $110,000 for the M60i with the Alpina XB7 in the mid-150s. SUV3 Range Rover SV. The 2025 Range Rover SV runs the P6.5 4.4-litre twin-turbo V8 at 606 horsepower and 553 pound-feet. 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. Tow rating holds at 8,200 pounds. Predictive air suspension reads the road surface ahead and adjusts each corner independently before occupants feel the input. SV Serenity and SV Intrepid interior themes offer watch-grade ceramic switchgear across both. Meridian Signature Audio delivers 34 speakers alongside dual 13.1-inch rear screens. The SV Signature Suite provides a 4-seat layout with a power-deployable club table, console refrigerator, and factory crystal glassware. Pricing runs approximately $213,200 for short wheelbase, with long wheelbase around $235,000 before options. SUV2 Mercedes Maybach GL's 600. The 2025 Mercedes Maybach GL S600 pairs a handcrafted 4-litre bi-turbo V8 with a 48-volt integrated starter generator for 550 horsepower and 568 pound-feet through a 9-speed and 4-matic. 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds with a tow rating of 7,700 pounds. e-active body control is a fully active 48-volt suspension scanning the road and metering each corner independently to counter-roll and pitch simultaneously, the only system of its kind in a production SUV. The 4-seat executive rear cabin includes power reclining seats, folding tables, and a refrigerated compartment with champagne flute holders as standard factory equipment. The Burmester 3D system delivers up to 29 speakers and 1,610 watts with Dolby Atmos tuning. A rear MBUX tablet controls blinds, climate, and media independently. Pricing starts between $178,000 and $180,000, with real commissions regularly clearing $200,000. SUV1 BMW XM label red. The 2025 BMW XM label red combines a 4.4-litre twin-turbo V8 with an electric motor producing 738 horsepower and 738 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. Top speed of 175 miles per hour with the M-Drivers package. The EPA rates the plug-in system at approximately 31 miles of electric-only range for silent low-speed operation. Adaptive damping, rear-biased MX drive, and 23-inch wheels manage the mass with precision. The sculptural prism headliner exclusive to this model replaces a glass roof to reduce high-mounted weight while casting ambient light across the cabin. The rear M lounge wraps passengers in a sofa-like backrest with integrated pillows. Toronto red accents, red-framed badges, and twin roundels etched into the rear glass reference the M1 throughout. Starting around $187,875. The most powerful BMW M car in series production, with numbers that belong on a sports car and a cabin built like a private suite. From hybrid trail machines to champagne-chilling rear lounges to 700 horsepower super SUVs, every vehicle on this list exists because someone refused to accept what 4 wheels and an engine are allowed to be. Drop a comment telling us which one you would choose if budget was not the question. Subscribe, because the machines coming next make everything on this list look like a starting point.